Hey, it's Jonathan here, founder of Driving Academy. Over here we have a mission of helping 1 million people get on the road to freedom, and one of the people that we help get on the road to freedom is this guy right over here. He's actually a graduate here at Driving Academy. He worked extra hard while he was here. He got his CDL license by working hard and with our help, and now he is on the path to true freedom. And today he's going to teach us in 3 simple steps how to set up your own truck driving company just like he did. Welcome back, Tim. How you doing today?
How you doing, Johnny?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Right.
So we gotta tell these people here, some of these people have been watching these videos and they want to know how to set up a truck driving company. They want to be their own boss. That's one of the reasons why they're getting a CDL license. So let's break it down for them in a very simple term. I know it can get a little complicated, but let's break it down to 3 steps. So what would you say the first step of starting your own truck driving company is?
The paperwork.
Okay, so paperwork. What do you mean by paperwork? What do you have to do?
Getting your MC number, getting your DOT number, getting insurance, registration. There's probably a few more in there that I'm probably leaving out.
Well, those are the main ones.
Right.
Okay, cool. So setting up the corporation itself, right?
Correct.
All right, so setting up your LLC, getting that what they call an MC number, motor carrier number, DOT number, Department of Transportation number, and getting your insurance and registration stuff all in line, so and then we can move on to step 2. How was that process for you when you started your own trucking company? Was that easy? Was that hard?
What, paperwork?
The paperwork side.
That, believe it or not, is the hardest part.
Really?
Yes.
Just paperwork is hard?
Yes. Step 1 is the hardest part.
What makes it hard?
It's all the running around that's required, and believe it or not, the hardest part in this business, or I would assume in any business, is getting an affordable insurance rate.
Okay, so when it comes to the insurance side, what can people be expecting on how much to pay for truck driving insurance?
Well, we're in the business of driving, so you would, like, if you think that because it's a commercial vehicle and you have a bad driving history in your car, and yes, they are different. That's a Class D license, we have Class A, but insurance, you know, they don't look at it that way. They're assuming all the risks, so they're gonna hit you. They're gonna run your MVR, and once they run your MVR, that will dictate what your premium will be.
All right. So what Tim's saying in normal language is, once you actually get your CDL license and you decide to purchase a truck, your insurance is going to be determined on what your driving history is like, correct?
They go back 3 years. So whatever you did, if you have any moving violations, if you have any, even if it's a small accident, if you got to come to them prepared, and like if you had an accident and you were not at fault, have the police record, have the police report on hand so that you could present it to them, because they're not going to take your word for it, and it could literally matter thousands of dollars.
So tell us, how much on average is a normal truck and trailer insurance going to cost?
Starting out with a brand new MC should be somewhere under 20 grand if you're lucky.
$20,000, and that's a year, right?
Yes, for the whole year.
Perfect. Now usually you can split up those payments, right? You don't have to come up with the whole $20K up front?
They demand 20% down.
Okay, so you do need a down payment on your insurance, and then you can split out, pay the rest off.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right, so we got the paperwork. We got how did somebody go and get the MC number? Are there companies that they do it? Can they do it online?
Right. If you're not really that good with paperwork, like I wasn't, I paid a gentleman. There's a lot of services out there that will just help assist with everything, do all the state filing, and you can just pay them, their fee to do all that miscellaneous running around that most people don't like to do, and that's what I did.
All right, perfect. So it saves you time, and you can focus on what you're doing.
And you know it's done right.
Correct, and you know it's done right. So that's pretty much step 1. So starting contact insurance, making sure you get all your paperwork in order. Step number 2 would be what?
The equipment.
Okay, so this is when you actually want to go and find a truck and a trailer?
Correct.
All right, and in a previous video, we actually described exactly what type of truck and trailer you should be looking for, so you definitely want to click on the link below. But kind of give them some tips and tricks. How much should their first truck be if they're starting off? What kind of quick things should they be looking for?
My honest opinion, you should definitely try to get a truck that's 8 years or younger. You don't want to really go older than 8 years. Some people would say go even younger, but if you can keep it between 8 and 5 years young, you're in a good place. You're in a good place.
Perfect. Any particular engine that they should be looking for? Or truck?
Cummins ISX all day.
Okay, so any kind of truck, but as long as it has a Cummins.
I don't care what it is. If it's a Pete, Ken, International, Freightliner, if it got a Cummins, it's a go.
Cool. And around the price of their first truck, you're thinking 20, 40, 30, 50?
It really goes based off the age, but I would say somewhere in the neighborhood between 30 and 50 grand is a good number to pay for, a good tractor.
Okay, so 30 and 50 grand, that does not come with the trailer, correct?
Absolutely not.
Understood. And a trailer costs you usually how much?
Depending on what I do dry van, and you can get a decent used dry van somewhere between 7 and 10 grand.
Okay, cool. So that's the kind of money, and of course you're not going to need all that money up front. It's just like purchasing a car. You can actually move, you can put a down payment down, negotiate the price, and then work out by financing, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So we got all the paperwork. Done. We got the actual truck in order, but now we spent all this money, Tim. So what's the third and final step?
You got to make sure you have the work.
All right. So when should they be looking for the work, and how does somebody look for work?
That's a feeling thing, because some people would say you need to find the work before you buy the truck, but then it doesn't work that way because you can't tell them that you can do the work until you have the equipment. So you really just that's the purpose of the load board. The load board is pretty much a free fall. It's every man for himself, and that is the work. You can subscribe to DAT, Trucker Stop. Trucker's Path also has a free load board, and you can get up there. Some of them are paid sites. I think 123 load board is another one, and you just pay the monthly premium, and that right there will automatically provide you for the work. But then you got to get out there and you have to negotiate with brokers on what's an adequate price for you to move freight.
All right, and for people who don't know what a load board is, I want you to imagine almost like a Craigslist site. So there's different brokers or people who have work available. They're going to post what work they have on this site. They're going to say, okay, it's going to start in point A, it has to go to destination B, and this is what you're going to be transporting and how much we're willing to pay. So now that's pretty much how the load boards work, yes?
Correct. And then, you will build a relationship with brokers, and as I have, and then eventually there will be a level of consistency, because a lot of the customers move the same product to the same places, the same stores you see in your neighborhood. They get the same products delivered to them daily, and somebody has to run that, and that's what we do. And if you are good and you're on top of your game, the brokers will notice it and they will request for you, and then that's where the consistency comes into play.
Cool. So, and that's the secret to the whole thing. You want something that's consistent.
Be a professional every day. Be where you're supposed to be. Stuff does happen, breakdowns do happen, but
communicate is big.
Communication is huge. If you feel like you're going to be late, or you're going to miss a pickup, or you're going to miss the drop-off time, whatever, communication is so key. You need to let these people know, because these are real people and living in the real world who are requiring our service and expect us to be a professional to get the product from point A to point B.
Okay. So if we were to kind of break that down, and my job is to make sure that everybody here who's watching this understands it, you're going to find out what kind of work that you want. Usually it's by the location that you want to be driving, right? That's how you usually find the work. So you're going to know where you are and in what direction you want to go into. From there, you're then going to contact the broker who has the work available for you, who has this load, who has to get transported. You're going to negotiate the price. In most cases, there is negotiation room, yes?
Always.
Very good. So you can always ask for a little bit more. They're going to try to pay you a little bit less. So you're going to make the negotiation happen. And in the beginning, you're going to be testing out a few different brokers. There's going to be some inconsistencies there, but there's always work on a load board, isn't there?
24/7, 7 days a week.
So no matter what, there's always going to be work there. The inconsistencies might be on the rates, it might be on the locations that it goes to. But what Tim is saying, if you are a professional driver, and that's what we teach you how to be here at Driving Academy, and you are consistent in communicating with people like your customers and like the broker who has loads for you, they're going to grow a liking to you, and these loads are consistent every week, every month or so. So then now you can actually have a consistent workload available for you. So now you can take the stress out of going on a load board, and the broker will be calling you directly versus you trying to fight with everybody else who wants this work, correct?
Correct.
Nice. So that's pretty much 3 simple steps on how to set up your own truck driving company. Step number 1, Tim told us, is going to be getting the paperwork in order, making sure you have your company set up, and making sure the DOT and everything is set up correctly. Step 2, that's when you start looking at the truck and at the trailer equipment. We got some great insight on how Tim picks his truck and trailer. And then step number 3 is time to get paid. So you just invested all this money, it's time to get an ROI on your money, and that's exactly how you're going to get paid. So, do you want to tell the viewers anything else that they should know about setting up a company?
Yeah, if anybody has any questions, contact me on my Instagram, state to state 89. That's state_TO_state89.
Alright, so thank you very much, Tim. Again, my name is Jonathan with Driving Academy. We help people just like Tim every single day get on the road to freedom with a CDL license. If you're interested in getting a CDL license just to become a driver, or maybe you want to be like Tim and you want to start your own trucking company, we can help you out any step of the way there. We're here to help 1 million people get on the road to freedom, like I said before, and we're the only school around that can actually guarantee that we get you a license and guarantee we get you a job making more money. So if you're interested in that, I want you to call us below, 908-525-3609. If you have any questions at all, or you can click on the link below, fill out the form if you're watching this at some crazy hour of the night, and one of our team members will be giving you a call shortly. Alright, so I hope to see you on your road to freedom. Tim, thank you very much.
Thank you.